So Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. It's good to be back. This is like our first normal week.
I know.
Where we're here 5 to 7 on the East, 2 to 4 on the West, Monday through Friday. Danny G super producing. Iowa Sam. Of course, we're streaming on our new YouTube page at Covino and Rich FSR. Lowen Kron's on the updates. Again, Covino and Rich, world famous. We be rocking out.
All right. Hey, and by the way, join us on that YouTube page as we do it live. YouTube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. It really is simple. It's free for you to do.
Do it live.
It would mean a lot to us. So again, join the fun. If you do anything for us, do that. YouTube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. Now, Covino, something you said to me earlier this morning.
Yeah.
That you might be wrong. To quote Fonzie. You said, "Yeah, I think it's about time the Brewers come back to reality."
I think it all comes out in the wash, as my mom says. It all evens out. The Brewers will brew.
They're 34 games over 500,
I know,
and they just.
But you're going to see these other teams like the Mets and the Yankees turn it on and turn it
so.
around right about now. And again, back to reality. It'll all even out. Trust me.
I get it, but
I know they're great. I'm not rooting against them. It's cool to see their chemistry and see them do well, but we'll see what happens.
well, they're having fun. The clubhouse apparently is contagious.
Hitting's contagious, man. So is
But
slumping.
They blanked the Cubs today. They're up, 9 games? And on July 26th, which is like less than a month ago, they were tied for first place.
Now 79 and 45.
Unbelievable.
9 games over the Cubs. Totally on fire, but, we'll see if the momentum sticks around. It was a nice weekend. The Little League Classic, like I said.
Yeah.
I feel like your Mets are turning things around.
I hope so.
I feel like my Yankees are turning things around. I hope your teams are playing well. Hope you enjoyed some good fights. But before we get into the MLB, before we talk about MLB expansion and realignment, what?
And a lot of great football stories today. Who's your starting quarterback on some of these teams that haven't made the announcement yet? We'll speculate. We'll have some fun.
Before we play Last One Standing, we do that every Monday. The most heated game in all of sports radio, giving away prizes today like we always do. Let's discuss a dare. If your bonehead buddy dares you to do something, do you do it?
I double doggy dare you.
Does it have to be a triple dog dare? Does it have to be a double dare and you go down the Sunday slide?
I think the lesson learned here is when you dare one of your buddies to do something at the bar or at a ball game or anywhere, like, yo, I'll buy you lunch or I'll get you a drink if you do blank.
Dude, sometimes you don't want that person to actually do it. Like you were joking. I'll give you an example. When I was little, it was a nightmare. It's also a sports example, so give me extra credit here. Tying this back to sports.
Genius.
I had a ball game when I was a little kid, and I had a belligerent uncle named Uncle Angel. Belligerent. Crazy guy.
I've heard stories.
Big heart, crazy guy. And one of my other uncles dared him to climb the foul pole. And they're like, yeah, go Angel. Again, this is like early 80s. It's like a real gloomy memory that I have, like a hazy night, old Yankee Stadium, Bon-Ton potato chips, advertisements in the background. The old Yankee Stadium. It smells like beer and Yankee Stadium, like New York, old New York.
Yeah.
So I'm there as a little kid, and they all start egging Uncle Angel to climb the foul pole. As a little kid, I'm like, no, don't do it. That's embarrassing.
No, Angel, no.
No. Dude, he's like a quarter of the way up the foul pole, and security's grabbing him by the pants, and you see him, his ass sticking out, trying to pull him down. They escort him out of the stadium. But he took the dare. I don't know what he got out of it, but he's like, yeah, all right, I'm Uncle Angel. Watch me. And I'm like, no, don't do it. So embarrassing as a little kid.
It's funny that sometimes when you dare someone to do something, again, like you said, you don't expect them to do it, or part of you is like, no, I didn't really want you to do it. No. So I got to give props to someone that I owe lunch to for the rest of the week.
For the rest of the week.
Isaac Lowenkron.
Who? Isaac, doing the updates.
Isaac Lowenkron.
Isaac Lowenkron.
I couldn't believe he did it without hesitation. Outside of Fox Sports Radio, there was a table of about 8, what would you say, 30-ish-year-old women having lunch, little business lunch. 8 women yapping outside.
But it was a scene. You don't see that many women at that table. It's there every day. We're sitting right next to it. We're in the office. They're outside in the courtyard. We could see them there, and they're yapping it up.
And I could hear them giggling and talking. I don't know what they were talking about, but I said to Isaac Lowenkron when he popped out of the news anchored room over there, I said, Isaac, I'll get you lunch the rest of the week. If you go outside, pull up a chair and say, hey, ladies, what's the tea? And would you believe this son of a bitch did it?
Without hesitation.
Without hesitation.
Without hesitation.
And
dude.
I have the picture. Isaac, do you mind if we post the
Not
photo
at
on our
all.
Instagram?
I just sent it to Danny G for proof. You got to see it, Danny G. I almost died because I'm like, no, don't do it. No. I didn't want to see failure.
At first, he walked out, and we thought at first he just walked out. And he was going to walk past them, like to just
He went and grabbed the chair.
God, he's the only natural blonde sitting around the table.
Dude, it was so awkward and hilarious at the same time. And we just saw all these girls staring at him. He's like, hey, ladies. And he sits down with them. Now Rich owes him lunch the rest of the week.
You guys inspired me because I don't think if someone would have asked me who I didn't like as much and trust as much as you guys, I wouldn't have done it. But not only did I do it, I really oversold it. I pulled up and I'm like, okay, ladies, what's the tea?
So you know what?
It was so
I
awkward.
I gotta be a man of my word. So the rest of the week, Isaac, text me what you want for lunch. I will be your lunch boy the rest of the week. That's what happens when you dare someone and you don't know if they're gonna do it. Like Sam, would you have done that or said, oh no, I can't. I don't know.
Maybe, but I wasn't put in Isaac's shoes. Isaac is you can't predict what Isaac's going to do.
Absolutely wouldn't have done it. But you know what?
Make sure you get a steak burrito tomorrow.
He was real spontaneous
Steak.
with it. Just roll with it. I guess if you catch someone in a mood, they'd be willing to do it. I would not have done that. Props to Isaac for pulling that off. Do you take the dare or not? Do you take that free lunch? Do you take someone's money? If you're so confident on a bet, do you take their money on it? Rich always asks that question.
I think you have to. I mean, you don't make a bet and then back out on the payoff. I owe Isaac lunch, and I will certainly pay up. I think what you're saying is if you're at the bar and your buddy's like, yo, go talk to that girl, I'll give you $100. If your buddy's like, okay, you got to give him the $100. You can't make.
And Rich always says,
false
you always bring
offers.
up, if you're so certain, then why not bet on it? If you're so certain, it's so obvious.
Yeah, like Covino will
Take
say,
the bet.
Covino will be like, yo, tonight, I don't know. He would name a Yankee. I'm not saying this year, but there were
It's
times where you're
easy
like,
money. This was easy lunch. This was less of a bet, more of a dare. But still, it was easy 3 free lunches for Isaac to just, and a good laugh.
And
just
again,
sit up there and say hello.
if you're so sure, my question always is, well, then bet. Like, there are times where Covino will say, oh, tonight, yo, Volpe is going to go off. I guarantee Volpe at least gets a hit tonight. I'm like, well, bet it.
Yo, bet.
Yo.
As the kids say.
Yo,
Bet.
All right. Now,
So that was a fun way to start the week.
absolutely.
There was seriously 8 young women. It takes some iron huevos to pull that off, and props to Isaac Lowenkron.
So, again, we'll post that at Covino and Rich so you can see Isaac in his true glory.
Isaac Iron Huevos Lowenkron.
So, before we get into baseball, you did see the Little League Classic yesterday. A good weekend of baseball. Football, 17 days away, which is freaking awesome. So, we got football before you know it. Some teams still trying to figure out QB1. We will get to all that. I promise you that. But I want to bring up something that Big Mike brought up. Again, that doesn't always have to be all about sports, but I think this sort of ties in because
Never heard of him.
when you are
Mike.
sitting on your ass at home,
Yeah.
you're usually watching the game or one of your shows, or your dad sitting in his chair watching Fox News or something. Like and I say their chair because do you have your chair?
I have a spot.
That's what I'm saying, a spot.
Everybody has a spot. A chair would be nice. Every king deserves a throne. I don't mind that. I want a chair one day, like in a man cave somewhere, like Dan Patrick, when I have my own man cave, my own throne, my own chair. But now I just have a spot on the couch. But if I'm visiting my parents, I feel like I have a chair at the dinner table. Like, that's my chair. Beat it. Scramble-lamma-ding-dong. If someone's in my chair, I'm like, yo, Steve's back in town. You're in my seat.
Yeah, but it's not your house anymore.
I know, but I always sit there.
So
Steve.
it poses the question, if you have buddies over for fight night. Let's say you were watching UFC this past weekend, or baseball playoffs are right around the corner. Again, in 2 weeks and a few days, we're going to be watching Thursday Night Football as the NFL season kicks off. If you have people over your house, or you go over someone else's house, is there an understanding that you need to figure out where the hosts usually sit? That way you don't take their chair?
Absolutely. It's like the head of the table. Like that's reserved for whoever house it is. Even in your relationships, I'm sure your wife has a spot and you have a spot. If you're in her spot, she's like, you're in my spot. That's just how it is. You have a designated spot.
And you always are kind about it, but there have been times where I've had people over watching a game and they're sitting in my spot and they're like, oh, is this your spot? And I'm like, yeah, you can stay there. And then I find myself sitting on another part of the couch. I'm like, this doesn't feel right.
Unless you really feel like standing and you're hosting and you're like really just running around, I get it. Otherwise, I don't think it really requires that much explanation. So when we walked in today, Mike was sitting in Rich's seat. We always plan the same way every day. Rich is on the right, I'm in the middle, Danny G's on the left. It's been that way since the beginning. And then Michael park between me and Danny G.
Yeah.
Right? It's always that. Mike comes in, hey, what's going on today? And it's usually between me and Danny G.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, what's the lead? So then today he's sitting in Rich's seat and Rich is standing around like, what do I do? You kindly say, hey, that's my spot.
Get up.
You give him the thumbs like, get out of here. The thumb, hey, scram.
It's just a reminder. The other day, my brother was visiting from the East Coast. He came to visit us here at Fox Sports Radio. Before Danny got in, he was sitting in your chair, and I go, hey, Jim, you got to move. That's
you
Danny's
just give him the old thumbs this way. Like, hey, beat it. Beat it, buddy.
Out.
So I think there's not a lot required here. It's just a simple, playful, that's my spot. And I think anyone who's a real friend or just a regular fellow would understand, like, oh, my bad. And that's as simple as that. But everybody has a spot. When you switch it up, that's when it's weird. It's like, what are you doing sitting there? It's off.
What happens if spot is in your spot? Hey, get out of my spot.
Spot.
And then he'd be like confused. He'd be like, who's on first?
So, I mean, the show The Goldbergs is a great example. Remember the dad, Jeff Garland, Murray Goldberg?
Yeah.
Had his recliner.
Did Gramps have a spot?
Paps,
that was it. Paps. Every Paps had some sort of lazy boy that was there. It smelled like Grandpa.
It just
smelled like old man.
It's just a quick reminder before we get into the
Grandma didn't sit in Grandpa's lazy boy.
Before we get into the meat of today's show, and Isaac gets to choose the meat because lunch is on me. Before we get to the meat of the show, it's just a reminder. When you go to someone's house to watch the game or fight, before you plop down with your chips and your drink, just ask the host, hey, where's your spot? Because they might say, but believe it or not, where you're sitting. Then you say, oh, I'm sorry. Take your seat. Everyone's got a spot. I constantly will tell my kids, like, move, that's dad's spot.
I have a visitor rule that I live by. I usually find the standalone chair and sit on the chair. I don't like to get all comfy in the couch because if there's like pet hair, then I have pet hair all over me and I'm allergic to it. Nothing against doggies, nothing against your house, Rich, either. I have a dog, but I'm not allergic to my dog. You sit in someone else's seat on their couch and you have like all this hair all over you, like you're ruined for the night if you suffer from allergies like me. So I just find some random ancillary chair and pull it up right by the TV. That's my move. And then I turn it around like AC Slater and I say, hey, what's up, mama?
Quick lesson. It's been learned. We can move on. Isaac gets lunch. Have those huevos. Take the dare. Earn some lunch. And don't sit in someone else's chair.
Take your seat.
All right, I think we could go home now.
The question is, what do you do if someone's in your seat? That's really the question.
Politely tell them.
And to tie it back, even though we don't have to, Rich, because we love to banter and have fun here on the show, do you think people have a spot in the dugout? Is it their spot?
Oh.
You think Big G, my guy, Giancarlo Stanton, is like, that's my spot?
Without a doubt. You don't think in the Dodgers dugout, Mookie or Freddie or someone has like, oh, they like to sit in this corner, or they like to lean on the rail over there. Like,
yeah, they even have set spots where they lean while they're standing.
You think it's standard, like for the key players?
Well, who do you picture, right? I mean, there's certain teams like I always picture Lindor in the same spot with his arms on the railing, like watching the other guys at bat. If some young guy goes there, you don't think someone's like, no, that's Francisco's
That's
spot.
Lindor's spot.
Without a doubt.
There's a pecking order. There's a hierarchy.
See?
Oh, we've seen in the NBA, we've seen young guys be told, sit on the floor.
Oh,
Even though LeBron's not dressing today, you're in his seat.
We have seen that. Yeah, NBA definitely. NFL, usually see Brady sitting there. Brady, I know I picked him as an example, but I'm picturing him with his tablet by the coaches or whatever.
I'm sure there's a hierarchy of like,
There's got to be a spot for certain key players, the quarterback especially, but I haven't really noticed it, but there has to be.
Yeah.
Um,
I think they kind of move around based on where their position coach is at and things like that.
Here on our showgram program, I sit where I don't normally sit, and I think I'm switching that soon because I'm not comfortable with Rich on the left of me. I've done 20 years of radio where he's to the right of me, but we don't want to confuse who's Covino and who's Rich, so that's why I'm sitting where I'm sitting. Otherwise, I hate it. It's not my spot.
So you confuse everyone now that we have a new YouTube channel.
I know. Pretty soon I'll be sitting there.
If you are watching, or if you've ever seen any of our Instagram or TikTok or Facebook clips, we sit on Fox Sports Radio, Covino on the left, Rich on the right. Covino and Rich. That's not how he likes to sit.
Yeah.
So
For years and years, it was the opposite, and I think I'm going back to that soon. So anyway, what's your spot? How do you handle it when someone's in it?
Equally corny question. Have you ever dated someone or had a buddy, or anyone for that matter, that when taking a photo has to stand on a certain side?
It happens.
That's Johnny Drama.
It does happen, though. It happens a
Well,
lot.
Johnny Drama and Steve Covino.
Hey, that's my good side. Oh, you're my
Covino-
spot.
Covino, if someone, let's say we meet a listener or doing something, hey, let's get a pic. Covino will rotate because he feels like he has one better side of his head.
You know what it is? There's certain angles. It's like you never saw Beavis head on, right? You never saw Beavis head on. You always saw him from the side.
Are you comparing yourself to Beavis? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
you,
a great. Yeah,
you rarely see me head on because I just don't like posing that way.
But what about butt head on?
No, you would
Butt
see Butthead
head on.
Head on. You would see Butthead head on.
Huh?
You wouldn't see Beavis head on. And when you did, because you did once in a while, it looked weird. When you see me not like this, it looks weird. So anyway, what's your spot? How do you handle it? And here's my advice before we move on.
Final
Just
thought.
Tell them to scram. Hey, beat it. Give the thumb out. Hey, beat it. A normal person understands. Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I'm in your spot. The end. It's not that awkward.
I've seen firsthand where I remember this, and I remember loving every second of it, because if you love drama show like I do, and Triple G, Gennady Golovkin loves drama show.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love good drama? I remember I was with an ex-girlfriend, and her sibling was dating someone new, and the new dude sat in dad's chair at like a holiday dinner, and I was like, ooh, this is going to be good. And I watched
an Italian family. That's called a nonno.
no. So, hey, you got your spot. You got your seat. In fact, there have been guys that have been sitting in the same seat at stadiums and bars. Yo, I'll tell you this. It
Remember,
sounds
Norm
ridiculous.
dealt
It
with that.
sounds ridiculously territorial, but there's a great episode of Cheers. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that episode where someone, like some yuppie
Yeah,
in the
yep.
80s, was sitting in Norm's bar stool, and he's like, yeah, that's my seat. He goes, who are you? He goes, I'm Norm. Like, as if, like, it was so matter of fact. Sunday football, when I lived in Hoboken, New Jersey, I was such a regular. Every Sunday, I'd be at that bar 8 hours watching football from start to finish. I had a bar seat that if I got there and someone else was there, sometimes the bartender would be like, everyone scoot down. That's Rich's
I would
chair.
say in that case, it's the bartender's responsibility to be like, nah, he's a regular. That's his seat right there, because you can get in a fight there. I'm not going to give you that advice. I'm not going to tell you to pull a Norm and tell the guy to scram. Not in that case. But let's take one phone call.
We'll
We'll
move
move it
on,
on, and we'll talk some MLB and some NFL, because Rob Manfred said some interesting things at the Little League Classic this weekend. Jeff and Indy, you're on the show. Covino and Rich. It's good to be back on a Monday. What's up?
What's up, fellas? I normally don't listen to sports shows, and I totally dig your show. I listen to it all the time.
Thank you,
Thanks, man.
On this, I think a cool guy kind of knows where you're supposed to sit and where you're not. So for instance, I'm in sales, and a buddy of mine will call me on a Friday, midday, and about 100% of the time when he says to me, hey, I'm going to my lake house, you want to go? I already got a go bag packed in the back of the car. So I drive down there to see him, and he always takes his dog, Jax. And when we get in the golf cart to go down to the boat, Jax is on the passenger seat of the golf cart, and I'm in one of the seats in the back. I would never throw that off or bum his dog out or bum him out.
You just know. You just know.
So I'm not even riding bitch. He's riding bitch, and I'm like sub-bitching back or something.
You know what? I'll tell you this.
That's good. I like your move there. Don't disrupt the flow.
Jeff, that's an interesting point. Again, we don't need to harp on seats the whole show, but it was an interesting thought because
Yeah, but some people don't have a good self-awareness when it comes to this.
but he
Can't
said
sit here.
he said a sales meeting, if you don't think it's strategery, if you don't think there's strategy of where to sit at a business meeting or a sales meeting, like Danny, when we met with some of the MLB
Yes.
people or some of the great salespeople at iHeart during the Super Bowl or All-Star game, you almost got to position yourself like, all right, I'm going to let the woman in charge or the guy in charge, let them sit where they sit, and then we all sort of,
That's
Yeah.
why we said Spot pulled a power move, because he sat at the head at one of our big meetings. Remember that?
Yeah.
At the All-Star meeting with MLB, we had a lunch with them. We all moved down one so that one of the MLB executives could sit at, one of the heads of the table.
Yeah.
Spot was down at the other
It
end.
was called showing respect.
respect.
You gotta
Spot's
respect
hands
the
like this.
chair.
Is he doing this? Touching his fingertips together?
Yeah, you got to reserve that seat for the man in charge.
These are my terms.
And sometimes sitting back and letting someone take that seat is the move. That's the solid move to make. So anyway, have some self-awareness. Have the wherewithal to know that you're disrupting the flow. Let people sit where they're supposed to sit, and don't be the jerk.
All right. Well, with that said, so much to get to today, right? I mean, MLB, I think a success. Little League Classic seemed cool.
You think a success. It's one of their biggest successes.
Those kids
They're
look
going to
pumped.
continue doing it. As you know, MLB trying to find cooler destinations to play baseball. As we saw at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Not all of them go off without a hitch, but the Little League Classic has been super uber successful for not only Little League but MLB because it's winning over young fans when they're at their most influential.
I think watching the young kids ask questions to the big leaguers is like my favorite part. Like there was some young dude asking Mets pitcher Sean Manaea, like, all right, when you were 12, how tall were you? Like, when did you get tall? Like questions that I'm like, you know what? A broadcaster would never ask.
Oh, yeah, they're in awe of this moment. And Rob Manfred actually said, no, they're going to continue doing this. It's just great for everybody. It's a win-win for everybody involved.
Now,
And the big leaguers love bonding with the kids. It makes them feel young again.
That's a great idea. Something else Rob Manfred said, I don't think is a great idea. So we're going to get to a couple things he said during that broadcast yesterday. Plus, of course, diving into a lot of football because we are 17 days away from the kickoff to the NFL season officially. So football, little MLB, all coming up right here on Fox Sports Radio, Covino and Rich.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio.
When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo
joking.
Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just The more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct. 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it. Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very...
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win...
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Sitting in my angry chair. And I don't want anyone else sitting in it. My chair, my angry chair, Alice in Chains style.
What are you going to do? Pull a Victor Robles? Something and throw a bat at me or something? What are you doing?
I might do that.
That was wild, huh?
It was a wild weekend. And I want Dylan Gabriel to know that Covino and Rich are entertainers and competitors. So competitive, we want to have the most follows on YouTube. So check our new page out. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. We're streaming live. Hey, guys.
Hola.
So you could watch it. You could hear it. And if you missed any of our shows last week, filling in for Dan Patrick, again, competitors and entertainers, please catch the podcast. We have the best of the week that Danny G puts up. Everything. If you search Covino and Rich, wherever you stream your podcasts.
And if we're not good enough for you, Spot, give Iowa Sam the one shot. You could see what Iowa Sam looks like.
Yeah, look at that fuzzy-headed ninny muggins.
See? Look at that.
What up?
All
Iowa
on the
Sam.
YouTube page. All right, baseball this weekend. We keep saying it. The overused phrase on our show over the last couple months has probably been baseball's popping, and it's really just quoting Deion Sanders, right, who said, baseball's popping, baby.
It seems like they're making all the right moves, kind of like Tom Cruise in the 80s. Making all the right moves, dude. And this past weekend was another one. The Little League Classic, like we said, your Mets over the Mariners. Little Leaguers got to see Juan Soto. Not all cared to see Juan Soto. I don't know if you saw the viral clip. There's a little kid.
Soto shuffle. They got him to do the shuffle.
Well, that was awesome, and he played up to the crowd. I give him credit for that, but there's a really funny viral clip, another viral clip, I should say, where there's a little Australian kid, and they ask him, who would you love to meet? And he's like, Juan Soto? And then this Canadian little leaguer, Misha Lee, was like, he's kind of overrated. I want to see Cal Raleigh. That's gone viral, though.
What does that kid know? He's Canadian.
But again, MLB with little league kids, big stars. Dude, you know how many stars were at that game? Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, Juan Soto, Lindor.
Yeah. Stars.
Star-studded. And that's the other thing that MLB is doing right. They're letting the players be themselves. They had the player day, cool bats, cool cleats. They're there with the little leaguers. They promote their stars in a better way. Well, it seems like they're doing everything right.
Dare I say, hold up. Because it reminds me of a game show that I loved as a kid. I remember sitting in Grandma and Grandpa's house, and we'd be watching a show called...
Nard Sharks? Or is that the show you're going to host someday?
Nard Sharks. No, it wasn't. I feel like my grandfather watched Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, like stupid random shows. Hercules.
Grandparents probably watch Bowling for Dollars.
My mom was on Bowling for Dollars.
It's a true story.
Fun fact.
Oh, I love the Gong Show.
No, it was a show called Press Your Luck. And I always remember the people would have their money, much like the modern example would be Deal or No Deal, but I'm going to go with Press Your Luck. You remember the old no whammy, no whammy? Big bucks, big bucks.
Stay like that.
Oh, whammy.
Oh, whammy.
Would you ever heard a whammy?
Isaac Lowenkron remembers Press Your Luck.
A staple of staying home from school viewing during the afternoon.
And as a kid, you loved the whammy.
And the
because he
whammies-
was an animated little character that came out, but he stole all your money. You didn't want the whammy. You wanted big bucks.
The whammy was way creative for 1980s graphics, right? The little
He'd always be
whammies
singing at you. Yeah, I used to love that.
But you would always remember, you press your luck, and that's the name of the show. Do you keep your money or do you press your luck? It's sort of like Deal or No Deal when Howie Mandel would call the banker, all right, we're going to offer you $280,000, and the jabroni would be like, no deal, and then he would lose everything. I think right now we're at a press your luck moment with Major League Baseball. Slightly bigger bases, pitch clock. World Baseball Classic has infiltrated the baseball world. Little League Classic. The Tennessee, what is it again? The
Bristol Motor Speedway.
Bristol Motor
I
Speedway.
feel like they pressed their luck with that one, and that was the first misstep that we've seen when it
could
comes
work
to
out.
changes and experiments.
You talked about it the other day, the great jerseys they have now, the City Connects. All the little things baseball's done. The bat flips, everything's relevant. Entrance music, 8th and 9th inning, where setup men and closers, there's light shows at the stadium. Danny, all these stadiums have great food now and options. Baseball has done so many great moves that it's almost like, stop. Take the deal Howie Mandel's giving you. Don't hit a whammy. And I heard Rob Manfred talking about realignment when there's expansion.
How about a window into the future? Expansion, realignment, expanded playoffs. I mean, can you see that down the road?
I can. I think the first two topics are related in my mind. I think if we expand, it provides us with an opportunity to geographically realign. I think we could save a lot of wear and tear on our players in terms of travel. And I think our postseason format would be even more appealing for, entities like ESPN.
I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore, and I'll tell you why. Because right now, baseball with that extra wild card is just enough. Right? The third wild card, some even said, ooh, that's too much, but it keeps all these fan bases interested. 3 wild cards, 3 division winners in each league. I don't mind if they, branch out, add a couple teams, Nashville, Portland. There's a couple of cities that may be worthy of a team.
So, again, expansion and realignment.
I think expansion's great. I think everything they've done up to this point is acceptable. Even the runner starting on second base at first in extra innings, people are like, oh, I don't know. It's working out. There comes a point where you press your luck. I hate to say it. Another analogy would be like some guy that cheats on his wife. He never gets caught. You keep doing it, you will get caught eventually with your pants down. You think, unfortunately, some of these athletes that keep getting rub and tugs, you think what happens is eventually.
Well, what it is, it's quoted in your favorite show, Ozark. It's not the first time they did it. It's the first time they got caught.
And you just press your luck and push it and push it and push it. I think baseball right now is in such a good spot that, expansion's great. Nashville team, Portland team, who would say no to that?
Yeah, but realigning?
Oh, the reason I say no to realigning,
realign Godsmack style, not for baseball.
The reason I say it is because when you look at what the proposed, this is not official, but what they call the proposed imaginary new divisions.
Well, again, they said geographically realign for better games and better TV.
I think they would call a division. I believe that the speculation was the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have the Mets, Yankees, Red Sox, and Phillies.
For easier travel.
In one division. And my first thought is, that's like you're not spreading out the wealth. And then what are you going to have? A South team where it's like the Marlins, Rays? I just feel like the divisions are so ingrained. You got to keep some type of tradition. What are you going to do? It's America's pastime.
Well, you're the first to say that sometimes tradition is making the same mistake over and over again.
Would you be down for baseball realignment? I say no. Danny G, don't you sort of like the NL West with the Dodgers, Padres,
we all do, but
Giants?
Everybody hates change, period. Like, no one likes any sort of expansion or realignment change, and then we get used to it. It's like Johnny Lawrence said, you couldn't leave well enough alone, could you little punk, or whatever he says to Danielson. You remember in the classic Karate Kid.
You couldn't leave well enough alone. Could you, little twerp?
You little twerp. Come on, Manfred, leave it alone.
That's how I'm feeling. You know what?
But that's how we feel. You think younger generations give a diddly squat?
You know what? I'm down for the feedback. Let's go. 877-99 on Fox as we go to Isaac for an update. Let's get the phones going. Your thoughts. Would you want baseball realignment and a different postseason? Because I think it's perfect
and
right
expansion.
now. What's
I
up,
say
Isaac?
fine, just don't mess it up. In another sport, the Cleveland Browns. Well, we don't want to make any analogies there. Are too easy, folks. They officially named their starting quarterback today going to be Joe Flacco, entering his 18th NFL season. Meanwhile, Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford practiced today for the first time since the start of training camp as he recovers from a back injury. Tennessee Titans #1 overall draft pick Cam Ward got into a scuffle with Titans defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons at practice today after a touchdown pass. It started when Ward shoved Simmons, and then Simmons retaliated with a two-handed push towards face mask. Yeah, and then the entire offensive line came running to Cam Ward's defense. NFL media reports Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson will not play in tonight's preseason game against the Bengals by mutual decision, raising the possibility of him being traded or released. Baseball, the Phillies announced pitcher Zach Zach Wheeler underwent successful surgery today to remove a blood clot in his arm. On the field, the Milwaukee Brewers beat the Cubs 7-0 in the first game of a doubleheader. And finally, also beginning to trend, a fresh video of LeBron James and his evident growing passion for the game of golf. As former teammate Kevin Love posted a video a few hours ago of James celebrating a successful shot while exclaiming, quote, "Braun got to hit again," unquote. Listen.
Oh my! Braun got to hit again. Braun got to hit again. Braun got to hit again, mother.
LeBron James living it up on the links. Back to you guys.
That was him saying that?
It was.
I hate the third person thing. I do. It's annoying.
Yeah.
By the way, something else caught on a mic. I can't say this on Fox Sports, but did you see the Marlins had a bench coach? Rookie Eric Wagaman hit a home run. And as you know, when they go to the dugout and they see the guy running down the dugout, high-fiving everyone?
Yeah.
Very clear on the mic. One of the coaches goes, "Great job, you ginger F." Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Very funny. So
I didn't.
Thank you, Isaac. You the man. And by the way, I think the Joe Flacco announcement is a good one for football, only because it keeps the Gabriel Sanders drama going on longer. I feel like if you gave the starting job to one of them, then it's, I don't know. I feel like because Flacco's not going to be there long term, so I think it keeps the storyline going. It's a safe bet for now for Kevin Stefanski.
For now. I think you squash some of the storyline. I think you say he's the starter, and then you just let them compete behind the scenes.
Then the young guys continue to develop. But
yeah.
I think it's the safe, wise
You guys
move.
are underestimating the media. They're going to stay all over this Sanders-Gabriel thing.
You know what? It's true. But I think that it is the safe. Would you agree the safe bet, though, for Stefanski and the Browns?
Well, we knew that Flacco was going to be the starter. It's just how the rest of the dominoes are going to fall.
It's the boring answer, but it's the obvious one.
He is a Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, but, it would have been more exciting to hear something else.
Exactly. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, guys. We got more Covino Rich, and I do want to hear from you guys as far as your feedback on baseball. We'll talk some football, but baseball realignment. Is this where Rob Manfred would make his first bad decision? We'll take your feedback next.
You couldn't leave well enough alone. Could you, little twerp?
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it. Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong. For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports, and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes. We talk about pop culture. We talk about sports. We talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio.
When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like, "Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense." Her mom walked in. "Can you believe he was dead the whole time?"
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say. It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, "Oh, look at that bozo over there," and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event
You
during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crying.
Welcome back to the show. The show at the new YouTube page at Covino and Rich FSR, Covino and A-N-D, Rich FSR on YouTube, streaming live. And, of course, our bonus podcast, Overpromised, episode 104. You could listen, you could watch it. That's on Fox Sports Radio's YouTube page, so please check it out. We had a great episode last week. Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. Caleb Williams looking sharp.
At the Buffalo 36, Dahlman sends it back in the shotgun as a clean pocket throws. Zacchaeus caught 15, 10, 5 to the end zone. Yeah! Touchdown Bears, 36 yards. And the Bears strike. They lead it 6-0.
Williams to Zacchaeus. The Bears blew out the Bills 38-0. Even though it's preseason, it's fun to hear NFL calls. Goose egg. That's courtesy of Bears Radio Network. That's our Tire Rack play of the day.
Tire Rack.
For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive.
Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection, convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Now, I looked at week 1 of the NFL, which I'm almost hesitant to look because...
How many days are we? Like 18?
17.
17? 17 days away.
I'm hesitant to dive in, Danny, because you know that once the NFL season starts, it's going to be like all we really talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to
80% of the conversation.
80% of conversations once football starts are about the NFL and college football. So I'm trying to the calm before the storm a little bit because I'm still loving baseball and everything else. It's one of the doubleheader games on the first Monday night. Bears are hosting the Vikings. And I think with J.J. McCarthy and Caleb Williams, that's going to be – because we've talked about that division and how people assume the Lions will be a contender again. There's some people that think the Packers are a top 5 team or so. So that leaves – well, the Vikings were a postseason team last year, and they fell short. Remember Sam Darnold pooped the bed in the playoffs, and it's like, oh, man, they were 13-4 and blah. Now,
where did poop the bed? It's called a grumpy.
Grumpy.
A grumpy.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Johnny Depp.
Grumpy.
That is what he called it.
He called it a grumpy.
Is it time for the Bears fans to actually have high hopes? Remember last year there was that crazy sentiment that Bears fans we're making the postseason. It's like, not so fast.
Exactly 1 year ago on the Covino and Rich show, you two were talking about Caleb Williams and the Bears fans being so excited.
I think they opened the season 4-2.
Well, you remember what the turning point was? I remember.
Oh, the Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary where against the Commanders, correct?
Yep.
And the defender gave up on the play, almost celebrating. They lose the game, and then that was like the wheels fell off.
He celebrated prior to the Hail Mary
That
throw.
was horrible.
And that was like a turning point because up until that point, the Bears were hanging in that division. And then, again, it all went south. But, hey, we'll see. That's going to be a great doubleheader on Monday night.
Well,
I'm sorry, not doubleheader on Monday night. That's your Monday night game. Sunday night, the first Sunday night game, Ravens at the Bills. You could argue and say that might be an AFC Championship preview in week 1 of the NFL. So a hell of a lot of things to look forward to. But to wrap up the last conversation, Cove, of Major League Baseball perhaps pressing their luck and just leave things the way they are. I feel the same way about when the NCAA talks about having 100 teams in March Madness. It's like, no, we're good. We don't need 100 teams. And when football, I think football would be wise to cap it at 18 games, and that would be it. No more. They're going to go to 18, nothing else. And then you start pressing your luck, pushing your luck. And I think you could say that about every sport, right?
Again, if you missed it, during the Little League Classic, Rob Manfred said there will be MLB expansion and realignment in the future.
You don't want the Mets and Yankees in the same division, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, see, we agree.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino. loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it. You gotta be kidding. He never.
The Cleveland Browns today named Joe Flacco their starting quarterback. Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford practiced today for the first time since the start of training camp as he recovers from a back injury. Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love returned to practice today, 6 days after undergoing surgery on his left thumb, which is on his non-throwing hand. NFL media reports Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson will not play in tonight's preseason game against the Bengals by mutual decision, raising the possibility of him being traded or released. NFL media also just reporting the Miami Dolphins signing veteran pass rusher Matthew Judon to a one-year deal. In Major League Baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies announced that pitcher Zach Wheeler underwent successful surgery today to remove a blood clot in his right arm. On the field today, the Milwaukee Brewers beat the Chicago Cubs 7-0 at Wrigley Field in the first game of a doubleheader. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Hey, that's us.
Yeah,
Steve
buddy.
Covino and everyone's favorite pal, Rich Davis.
Yeah.
Barf.
Yeah.
Rich Davis.
Hey, you caught up on Dexter, by the way? We haven't talked about that show in a minute.
I'm not. I was busy this weekend, but I love that show. I love it.
It's a good one.
I hope you love this show. Covino and Rich broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. If you miss any of the show, catch the podcast. Search Covino and Rich wherever you get your podcast. After the show, the best of goes up. Rate it 5 stars because anything less is uncivilized. Again, Covino and Rich wherever you get your podcast. And, of course, our big priority now is the YouTube page. Search Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And thanks for rocking out. Let's go.
All right.
Hope you had a nice weekend.
17 days.
17 days what?
17 days.
Oh, till football.
Till foosball.
And there's what, 38 MLB games left?
Foosball's the devil. 38 for the Brewers. And Covino and I were just doing the math. They are so hot right now. They're like Hansel from Zoolander.
So hot right now. Hansel's so hot right now.
You know what? If it were Zoolander, the Brewers are so ridiculously good looking.
So hot right now.
I want to read the Mets you googly because I don't think they're going to turn it around.
Oh, I certainly hope they do.
We'll see.
But I asked Covino, I said, the Brewers have 38 games left. They got so hot at one point, Danny, that if they go 21-17 over their final 38, they still win 100 games. They are like in a historic month right now.
That win streak barely ended, too.
They came from behind, tied in ninth, and lost in extras. So that one loss. Otherwise, it would still be going. So
I hope you're having a Brewers sort of week so far. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hope you enjoyed your UFC 319 and the Little League Classic. And, Rich, before we talk Cam Ward and play Last One Standing this hour.
Yeah, buddy.
Real quick, Rob Manfred, during the Little League Classic, said that he's open to expansion and realignment, and it's all for the greater good and growth of the sport. But realignment for easier travel and better TV, and that would put teams like the Yankees, Mets, Phillies, and the Red Sox all in the same division. And I say thanks, but no thanks, only because it would make competition so much tougher. Like, did you hear those teams we just said?
I beat
it with that.
From a selfish point of view, I sort of like that each division does have some teams you could walk over. But I know
you need teams in your division to beat on.
I know fans of those teams are like, well, F you then. But, like, for instance, Danny G, your West Coast division, National League West, it's very competitive already with the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, and Arizona always competes. There is a party that's like, man, poor Rockies. It's going to take a lot for them to really compete in that division.
Like I said before.
But do you need those bottom feeders in each division? Or
I think you do. I think you do. Leave well enough alone, you little
need them,
jerk.
Right?
Yeah, leave it alone. And I also want to, before we move on, give props to David Cohn, who asked that question to Rob Manfred. David Cohn, Eduardo Perez, and Carl Ravitch in his sweet pompadour asked some really hard-hitting questions during a Little League Classic to Rob Manfred. They asked about the ESPN deal and what's going on with baseball. What's going on with your games? They asked him about, will you continue doing the Little League Classic? Is it beneficial to the MLB? Do you plan on playing more games and holding more events and doing more of this? They were really getting into it, and that's how we got the juice about the possible expansion and realignment. But the question we pose, and we leave it at with you, Fox Sports Radio Nation, is he pressing his luck? Are they going too far? Should we leave well enough alone?
You couldn't leave well enough alone. Could you, little twerp?
But with 38, 40 games left, got to get ready for some football too.
I'll just compare it to, like I said, anything else in life. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them, when to walk away. You know what Kenny Rogers said. Now, I do want to talk some NFL, but Danny G, you got to be really pumped about Manny Machado going 1 for 12, leaving 9 runners left on base.
Man.
The Dodgers fans are roasting this guy because he really is, as you said, a hateable player if he's not on your team.
Such a punchable face.
So the fact that Machado came up really lame.
Yeah, he came up a few times in the series in high leverage situations where the Padres really needed him to come through, and he failed every single time. And then to end the sweep, he swung and missed and struck out, and it was a beautiful thing to see.
It was beautiful.
1 for 12. 9 runners left on base. Not a great weekend for Manny Machado.
And why can't the Dodgers play like that against every team?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's some of that energy where you could tell the Dodgers really dislike that Padres team, and so they bring the extra fire.
So let's talk a little football or switch gears a little bit. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Danny G's on the phones, 877-99 on Fox. And, of course, you can always chime in at Covino and Rich on social media at Fox Sports Radio. Cam Ward. This is according to Bleacher Report.
Do you mean Cam Ward, as we mentioned before, the least talked about first-round pick?
Well, he's the least talked about, but he's also the least talkative.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said that he only talks to his parents and his dog. And I thought maybe his dog, like his boy. But no, his actual dog.
That's my dog.
Yeah, that's my dog.
His Rottweiler.
Yeah, he only talks to his parents and his Rottweiler, his dog, outside of his teammates. That's it. And it got me thinking so many things. Like, do you got to keep your circles tight? Is that good for a young star in the league? And how often are you talking to other people? Like, are you often calling your buddies, like, throughout the week? Because I'm not.
I recently talked to
how weird is that for a young guy
I
today?
recently talked to my brother about this. Now, because my brother is going through a divorce, and it ties in because he's going to be meeting a lot of new women, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I hope so.
Go get him. Oh.
Kid's swiping like he can't put his phone down.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tell him to make sure they're women. I've heard stories.
So, my brother, like a lot of guys, when you're in a relationship, you sort of lose track of your friends. And I was like, you got to regain your social circle, because I think there's no bigger warning sign when you meet someone and they really don't have friends.
It's a red flag.
Now Cam Ward, an exception, because I'm sure any woman would get with a first-round draft pick,
I'm
young
also thinking
stud. But
extreme focus. No time for dilly-dally. He's got blinders on. He's talking to his teammates, his parents, and his dog, and that's it.
I think that's bad balance. Life balance. You need to have balance.
Yeah,
what did
how
Mr.
many people-
Miyagi teach Daniel LaRusso?
Balance, Daniel-san.
Balance.
But how many times in your life when you were a young man, not now because you have Rugrats, a wife, 2 kids, all that stuff, right? You're older now. But when you were a young guy, how old is Cam Ward? 23? How old is that guy?
22.
22? You remember waking up like on a weekend? Like you'd go hours at a time without talking or saying hello to anybody sometimes.
23.
Sometimes the first word out of your mouth was like the hello to your colleague. You didn't talk to anybody. I'd be doing nothing, waiting tables. I didn't speak a spoken word to anyone until like I arrived at like 5 p.m. to wait some tables.
It's a really weird thought.
Do you really need that many? Do you need more than your teammates, your parents, and your dog?
I think that's something old-ass people deal with. I don't think young people should operate that way. And let me explain.
Go ahead. I think it's an introvert-extrovert sort of conversation maybe because I am what they call an outgoing introvert. I don't really need all that socializing like Rich needs. And you could hear it in his personality.
Listen,
Rich is a real social guy.
I'm the type of guy
He's
that
a butterfly.
If I don't have dots on my calendar, I'm the one that's trying to be like, hey, what should we do? You want to go away for the weekend? Let's have friends over for a barbecue. Let's go to the batting
How
cage.
about
Let's
you,
go
like-
here. Like
just enjoy the comfort of your own self and chill out a little
You
bit.
told me something this morning that I thought was really funny, but I get it for introverts. Covino and his girlfriend, Jordan, have a theory that they don't leave the house unless there's 2 purposes.
Right. She needs to justify leaving. Like, I'm not going to Target unless like she's on her way to Pilates or something, right? It's more of my girlfriend's thing.
It has to be two
But
things.
there has to be multiple reasons to leave. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, I'll do it later.
Hey, I'm going to Ralph's, the supermarket.
Yeah,
that won't fly.
Let the errands or activities add up and pile up
Right.
first.
She's not going to just go to UPS to drop something off unless she has to go to the supermarket as well.
Some people don't like, as we always say, dots on the calendar, dots on your Outlook. Other people like to be busy. I just think that Cam Ward's an exception because he's a superstar young athlete, so there's no shortage of people that want to be around him, including women. I'm sure of that. But I think let's talk about regular people because that's what we all are, right? If you're a regular guy or gal and you don't really have any friends, that could very well be a red flag to others.
Yeah, but when you're playing football,
He doesn't,
right?
he doesn't talk to anyone other than his parents and his dog? Come on.
It says his teammates. He talks to his teammates, right? Obviously. Those are like-minded young people. Those are like your friends. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like when you love what you do, and we clearly do, we work in radio. We BS all day and have fun.
Yeah.
You guys are my connection to what's going on. You guys become my extended family and friends in a lot of ways. Yeah, you're my coworkers and colleagues, and we try to keep it professional, but we're all on a mission together. So I look at you as my friend, and Danny G and Sam. You guys are my friends. I don't need to be talking to everybody else.
That's weird. Sam
So
told me
hold on.
Sam told me if the show ever ended, he would never talk to you again.
Well, that's fine. You know what? F you too, Sam.
I did say that.
But
I think.
don't you think he feels like I'm getting my social fix by hanging with all these, throwing it up in the locker room with his buddies all day? Like, he's there playing football with them. He needs to call his high school pals or be on playing video games, chatting it up with strangers.
You know, we have our headphones on for a long time, so there's a couple of times where I've noticed I'll be driving home and it's bumper to bumper traffic, and I haven't even turned the radio on, no music, nothing.
Silence.
Just silence. And
Silencio.
I think about it, I'm like, the reason why is because we just came from so much noise.
We were just chatting it up. So he's chatting it up, chopping it up, talking football all day with his buddies. He doesn't have time to talk to his like high school pals or college friends to just BS and catch up. I get it. I don't blame him. The question is, do you find it odd? If people didn't find it odd, I don't think it would be a story. I don't find it that odd. Again, the story is Cam Ward only talks to his parents and dog outside of his teammates.
Now, I think this is either aspirational or really sad, depending on if you're an introvert or extrovert. I've read stories about how older folks, like boomers or grandparents' generation, if they are widowed or older in a home or living on their own, there are times that they may go a whole day without talking. Think about it. If you got kids, Danny G, a minute doesn't go by when you're not talking because your wife's probably yapping your ear off. And the minute you wake up, you got little Koa, you got your 2-year-old son, you got teenagers and 20-year-old college kids coming home. The minute you wake up, someone's like, Danny or Dad or something.
Oh, it's
you don't
nonstop.
Stop. But
Yeah,
there's
you live by
people-
yourself. There's a lot of silence.
I have a question. Isaac, if your beautiful wife is gone for the day or away, can you go the whole day without speaking? Or are you the type of guy that is like going to get coffee and talking to a stranger?
If my house was empty for the rare time, I would sit back and drink it all in. Because in the modern house, there's not only children screaming, there's also multiple iPads of theirs running at the same time. And by the way, my darling, long-suffering bride behind me did not appreciate the yapping remark earlier. I'll be paying for it later. Back to you.
Nice. That's Isaac Lowenkron. Hey, by the way, I have another question. When he says he only speaks, that doesn't mean like group text messages and social media or anything like that. Like he's not communicating with other people. I don't know. I'm not sure how to interpret that. But either way, I like my quarterback or someone I'm invested in to be as focused as possible. So any outside distraction is not helping the team, in my opinion. So I think what he's doing is great.
Yeah, I assume he's talking about actually speaking to somebody in person or on the phone, because we all have friends and family who don't take phone calls. They only text.
I don't like taking phone calls anymore.
I don't either.
It's like intrusive. Like, yo, leave me alone. Text me. So I don't blame him, Rich. I really don't. And to me, that shows his level of focus.
Rich, that's the other thing about a house full of kids. My wife will be downstairs. Kids will call her, and they're upstairs. So they are bothering her nonstop, even calling her while they're in the same house.
Yo, I think about it more and more, and that's what we're forcing you to do. How often are you calling people?
Yeah, I think
besides your parents.
I've accepted that I'm needy.
Which I do
I'm
all
needy
the
and
time.
annoying.
You are. You're annoying as hell.
Every day Rich arrives
you
here.
didn't have to say that.
Rich, you're usually on the phone with a friend or a family member as you walk in.
Because he wants you, he's using you to hold his hand while he goes from point A to point B to kill time. So he's really using you. While he's on the treadmill, he's just trying to kill time. And he's like dragging you along for the process. It's like, yo, beat it, dude. I don't have time for that.
Listen, dope. If you don't.
No, but think about it. Your friend. I talk to my dog. If no one's around, my dog, my parents, I don't want to call anybody else. You could text your friends. You could text like anyone else in your life that's important.
Is that like an unsocial
Dude,
Lame-o.
no, you sound like you need to talk to everybody every minute of the day.
All right, you have a 20-minute drive to Fox Sports Radio.
I call my parents.
Yeah, but
'cause they're old, and I want them to know that I care.
Isn't that a good opportunity to call your sibling or an old high school or college buddy or someone?
No, your buddy? No, he's busy. He doesn't want to talk to you. You could text him. You have to ask yourself this in this day and age. Is that something that could have been texted? Now, I'm not saying it's not fun to catch up every once in a while with an old friend and hear their voice. It's nice sometimes. But there's so many times Rich calls me that could have easily been a text. And I think to myself, that could have been a text.
I'm going to do it more now. I'm going to call you randomly. Hey, buddy, just saying hi.
Well, Rich, I appreciate the listeners.
How you doing?
I appreciate the listeners who are like Rich because we have dozens of callers to the show every day. And if there weren't outgoing people who still use their phone to make calls,
Bro,
we wouldn't
that's
have the
called-
interaction.
Yeah, but that's getting involved. We're having roundtable discussions.
No,
it's
no,
like the
but Danny's
barbershop.
right. Danny's right.
We need people chiming
No,
in,
but
and they're
Cov-
not always going to agree with what we're saying, so we give them a platform, and we appreciate that.
But Cove, there's some listeners who will not pick up their phone for any reason because they just don't make phone
I
calls.
think it's intimidating.
Bro,
I think that's part of the reason.
There's two types of people.
I'm on the radio every day. I get the nervous farts if I have to call in another radio show. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that.
There's two types of people, and you could say, hey, maybe I'm the annoying one. I see a phone number, call me, I don't recognize it. I'm like, ooh, who could this be? Hello?
You call them back.
Other people will be like, I don't recognize this number. Oh, send it to voicemail. I'm always like, yeah, what's up? Hello? I'm hoping it's someone good. Now, I know for a fact there's something to be said about what you're saying. I'm the rarity. You could say, oh, Rich Davis, most annoying guy in the world. I'll take it.
There's also something
I'll take it.
refreshing of speaking to someone every once in a while. I'm not saying that.
While I'll accept the fact that I am annoying, Danny brings up a great point. We're on Fox Sports Radio. We're on over 300 radio stations. When we fill in for Dan Patrick,
And growing.
over 600, we're adding affiliates all the time. When I came up in radio, before texting was a thing, before smartphones were a thing, sports radio, pop radio, rock radio, the request lines would be lit up like a freaking Christmas tree. Can I request a song? Can I hear Taylor Swift? Can I do this? Or like, yeah, I want to weigh in on the Lakers or something. People now, social media, Twitter, Facebook, texting. People have text numbers on shows. We have one, 412 CNR show. We use it on our Patreon and podcast.
The letters CNRSHOW.
So the reality is people will do everything in their power now to not call unless you're giving them something. Because the minute we say we're giving away a prize, you can give away a matchbook and the phones will be lit. People just like free stuff. But to get someone to go out of their way to call someone, it's a different world. It really
Kadeem, is it Hardison or Harrison?
Kadeem Hardison.
Hardison style. Hey, let me ask this.
It's a different world.
Based on the Cam Ward story, he only talks to his parents, his teammates, and his dog. You think his dog understands what he's saying? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. How often do you have to call your parents?
I call at least every other day.
I call them once a day.
But not
and they're so sick of me, they don't even answer all the time.
But I don't call my parents. If I do call them every day, which is sometimes, it's not like a long conversation like, hi, Mom and Dad, or hi,
but
Mom,
dude,
hi, Dad.
what does everybody without a parent say? Hey, dude, appreciate them. Even if they're annoying while they're here because it's so tough when they're gone. I call my parents every day, and I'm shocked to hear how distant some people are.
Well, I
with
do
with
it.
their parents. I'm like, give them a ring. They're old.
But I don't do it to actually talk. Sometimes it's a simple like, hey, Mom. Hey, Richie. You good? You have an okay day? All right, just saying hi. Just
But
checking
that's
in.
fine.
I love you. Bye. It
That's
could be
fine.
a 20-second phone call just to say, hey, Mom.
You got to
good?
give your parents an opportunity to dump on your other siblings because they're dying to vent.
Oh, and then you start thinking, oh my God, what do they say about me?
Exactly,
Because
yeah.
if every conversation is about, can you believe your brother or sister did this? You
I
know they're
want to
saying it about
hear
you.
what an a-hole my brother is, and I want to let my parents have the opportunity to tell me.
Hey Sam, how often do you call the folks?
Well, I'm in a text chat with them like every day.
Same, yeah.
So talking is maybe like once a week, once every 2
So
weeks.
a call, the actual call is like once a week?
Yeah, it's usually FaceTime. so I can see him.
I think it should be a little more than that, but at least, hey, dude, it's way better than most.
We communicate like every single day. There's just me, my sister, my brother-in-law, my parents.
Yeah, that's really nice, man. And like I said, I think
pictures, chat,
to
gifts.
me,
do you cross the line with inappropriate memes?
No
way. Whatever's the topic du jour, you know?
To me, this shows great focus. I'm impressed by Cam Ward's
discipline
to not have to, I don't know, distract himself with nonsense when he has a big football season ahead of him.
Hey, Steve.
Teammates, parents, and his dog. I like it.
This is what your dad says when he sees a call coming.
Steve.
No, they all
Not
scamper.
again.
They all run away from the phone. I could feel it. You answer it. No, you answer it.
Steve.
And by the way, it doesn't say anything about love interest or wife or girlfriend. So do you subscribe to the Mickey from Rocky sort of theory here? Makes him weak in the knees, stay away and focus, or what?
What if he's in that category of asexual?
It doesn't say
Who
his
knows? No
girlfriend
women?
or booty call. It says nothing about ladies at all. So again, extreme focus.
Have you guys seen the Jim Jeffries new stand-up special on Netflix?
No.
He does a really funny bit about the LGBTQA, the whole community. He's like, how did A get in there? A means you're asexual. He goes, shouldn't they be linked with married men?
That's funny. So it says nothing about that. Because they make you weak in the knees, Rock.
The internet says Cam Ward is currently dating Nyla Landon.
Yeah, but he don't talk to her during the season. I like it.
As we all Google.
Text me only, baby.
As
Text
we all
me.
Google image her while we go to break, and we come back and play a game. Here's the deal.
Yeah, we need the phones.
Let's get the phones going. See, this is where you will call when there's a prize up for grabs. You greedy sons of... No. If you want in, we're going to play Last One Standing. We're going to give away a Covino Rich Nerf football for the football season. We have some sweet giveaways.
IOU Nerf footballs.
Yeah, we
We're
haven't
still waiting
ordered
for
them,
the shipment.
but we all know IOUs just as good as money.
That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs.
So if you want in, you want to win a prize, 877-99 on Fox. We'll do a little trivia next. It's our favorite game, Last One Standing, and we do it next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Joe. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call. You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins. If
the Chiefs win. Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes. We talk about pop culture. We talk about sports. We talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like, "Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense." Her mom walked in. "Can you believe he was dead the whole time?"
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say. It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, "Oh, look at that bozo over there," and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event
You
during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Yeah, call me because it's 1980-something, Deborah Harry. It's 2025. Text me. Text me. 412, the letters CNRSHOW. 412 CNR show.
You call her
Or,
Deborah, huh?
Better yet, Blondie. You can call us now at 877-99 on Fox if you want to play Last One Standing. We're Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Is it time for a new job? Then it's time for Express Employment Professionals. Quit the endless online job search and list the pros. And Express never charges job seekers a fee. Go to expresspros.com.
Now, it is time to play a game that we play every Monday, probably our favorite game because it's stressful. It's a little anxiety-ridden. It's called Last One Standing.
You have 5 seconds to battle for your sports trivia life.
Man. Oh. I don't got it.
Put your electronic devices down and pick your sports knowledge. It's CNR's Last One Standing.
Last One Standing.
All right, I have 4 categories ready to go. If needed, a tiebreaker. Each contestant gets 5 seconds to stay alive in the round. If you run out of time or you answer incorrectly, Iowa Sam will take you out with his big bad buzzer. Don't want to hear that. We keep battling until you are the last one standing. If you win 2 of the rounds, you are the top dog. Here's the contestants. 9-time winner Steve Covino right over there.
Buddy.
To his right, 13-time winner Rich Davis. In for 30-time winner Dan Byer. Big shoes to fill. 1-time winner Isaac Lowenkron.
Lowenkron can't close his effing mouth.
Whoa. And we're going to go to the studio lines right now to see who's playing for a CNR Nerf Football IOU. All right, Ilo, I'll use you for this. Would you love to travel to beautiful Peoria, Illinois, Owasso, Oklahoma, Locust Grove, Georgia, Idaho Falls, Idaho, Boise, Idaho, or Phoenix, Arizona?
I think in honor of Covino's connection to the metropolis, Boise, Idaho.
And I'm a good Boise, as my mom always said.
What a good Boise.
Yeah.
All right, that's Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Nick, what do you do? What do you do?
Fire's out, so you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, exactly. And really quick, what do you do for a living there in Idaho?
Something with potatoes.
I actually work in sports trading cards.
Oh, very cool.
Sweet.
Sweet.
All right.
So, with that being said, I was wondering when I win my football if I can get it signed by you guys.
No doubt.
Yeah,
If I can get a Jose Canseco rated rookie.
It'll decrease the value, but yes.
Yeah. All right, Spot's a fact checker during this game.
It's the worst.
A lot of anxiety, so be patient with him. When I say your name, the clock is going to begin. Here's the first category. Dust off your memory. You have 5 seconds to name one of the top 20 leaders in NFL rushing yards last season.
Oh, Jesus.
Top 20 leader in NFL rushing yards last season. Time to turn on your football brain.
Come on. My brain is off. Saquon Barkley.
Think of the top running backs. Covino, you're up first as soon as the clock goes.
That's it.
Right now. Go.
Bam, Saquon.
All right, number 1. 2005.
Easiest back to remember. Rich.
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams, yes, had 1299 at number 7.
Isaac.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, number 2 with 1921.
Nick.
James Cook.
James Cook, number 16
Son of a
with
gun.
1009.
I wrote that down.
This is just running backs, by the way?
Yes.
Not
just
other players?
Leaders, top 20 leaders.
Why would you say that?
You're not even playing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a couple quarterbacks.
You're not even playing.
What are you doing?
Gosh.
I'm just giving hints.
Connor.
Covino.
Connor.
What?
Connor.
James
sorry.
Conner?
Yes, 1094 at a number 11.
Rich.
You're damn lucky it got back to me because I had Lamar Jackson in the tank. I'll go Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson at number 20
Oh!
with 915.
Thanks, Iowa.
Ilo.
Did somebody say Bijan Robinson yet?
They did not. You just did. Number 3, 1456.
Does that count because it's Bajan?
It is Bijan.
That is true.
That's true.
Nick.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yes, number 5 with 1412.
Covino. 3, 2, 1.
Come on.
Out of there.
Any more hints, Sam?
Rich.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Dang.
Out of there.
Wow.
Isaac.
I got nothing.
Really?
What?
Wow. That means Nick is the last one standing.
You guys suck.
Hey, Nick, for fun, who else do you have in your holster?
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, he would have been number 6 with 1329.
All right, Nick is halfway to a CNR prize.
I have another one. I have a name. How about Josh Allen?
Josh Allen, not on the list.
What?
Jonathan Taylor,
Didn't he lead
number
the
4.
all quarterbacks in rushing? Maybe not.
Chuba Hubbard. Chuba.
Chuba.
Sorry. At 11.95, and Aaron Jones at 9 with 11.38.
All right.
Okay, that was a good one.
Bucky Irving rounding off the top 10.
Nick on the board as we move to the second category, magic streaks. You have 5 seconds to name an MLB team who holds one of the longest winning streaks of all time. All right, this goes back to 1894. There's 10 teams you'll know the names of, okay? 10 teams here. Starting with Nick in Boise. Nick, you're up first as soon as the clock starts right now.
Yankees, number 6 with 19.
Yes. Isaac.
I'm sorry. I'm researching something that we have. You'll understand why in a minute. But what was the question again?
Okay, it's okay.
Sorry.
Name an MLB team who holds one of the longest winning streaks of all time. 10 teams you'll know the names of.
I'm just gonna guess and say Milwaukee Brewers. You just had 14.
The Brewers, their record is 16.
Boom.
And they're on the list.
They're on the list.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Rich.
The Colorado Rockies.
The Colorado Rockies are not on the list.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, did it? Oh, remember they made that really. Remember the year they lost to the Red Sox in the World Series? They won like 20 something of their last 25 games. I guess I'm wrong.
Covino.
I'm just going Detroit Tigers.
Tigers, not on the list.
All right. I'm just thinking of old franchises. I don't know.
Nick.
Red Sox, not on the list.
Oh, that means Isaac is the last one standing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the A's in 2002.
A's,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. You missed the Giants, either of New York or San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
The Cubs, Cardinals, Orioles,
White
Pirates,
Sox.
White Sox.
Yep.
Reds in there or no?
I mean, it's so arbitrary. Like
Yes.
you'd have to remember.
Yeah,
By the way, did you hear that noise in the middle of the game? The arm of my chair. If you're watching on YouTube, the arm of my chair fell off.
All right, so Nick and Isaac are on the board as we move to the third category. And the name
We
of
got no food. We got no jobs.
Our chair's arms are falling off.
I hate this game. Can you stop it, please?
The third category.
That's what happens when Rich sits on the arm for no reason.
Money ain't everything. You have 5 seconds to name an MLB team who was bottom 15 this season in payroll. All right, Covino, you're going to be up first starting right now.
The Athletics.
The Athletics at number 29 with 77 million.
Rich.
The Marlins.
The Marlins, bottom of the list with 66 million.
Isaac.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Rays, 26 with 87 million.
Nick.
Diamondbacks, not on the list.
Oh, sorry, brother. Covino.
The Rockies.
Rockies, number 21 with 121 million.
Rich.
The White Sox?
The White Sox, number 28 with 77 million.
Isaac.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
The Pirates, number 27 with 82 million.
Back to Covino. 3, 2.
Did you say Diamondbacks?
Yeah, someone did.
Royals.
Royals just snuck it in there at 18 with 134 million.
At the wire. Rich.
The Washington Nationals.
The Nationals at number 24 with 109 million.
Isaac.
Minnesota Twins.
The Twins, number 20 with 125 million.
Covino.
The Reds.
The Reds, number 22 with 119 million.
Rich.
Did someone say the Brewers or no?
No, they did not.
Not Brewers.
Brewers, number 23 with 113 million.
Isaac.
Has anyone said the Orioles yet?
They have
No.
not.
Orioles.
Orioles, number 17 with 153 million.
Oh, what a battle. Covino. 3.
The Angels.
Angels, not on the list.
Oh, wow.
All right, between Rich and Isaac. Rich.
Oh, boy.
3, 2, 1.
The Mariners?
Not on the list.
Damn it.
Isaac. Isaac's the last one standing. That is his second
number
victory in this
2.
game.
Congrats,
Boom.
Isaac.
I didn't have any left, so.
The 3 you missed.
Okay.
The Cardinals.
Okay.
That's
Guardians.
unconventional. The Guardians make sense, but the Cardinals usually
And,
spend, so.
yeah. The top of the bottom were the Tigers with 156 million.
Okay, that makes sense.
That first Isaac gets free lunch from Rich all week, and now he gets a W in last one standing. And Nick
what a
and
day. Play the lottery tonight.
Nick and Boise, thank you for playing the game with us. We appreciate you.
Hey, thanks. I got one Dumb and Dumber thing to say, if that's all right.
Yeah. Sure.
So, and not everybody realizes this, but if
Lloyd and Mary would have ended up together, her name would have been Merry Christmas.
I did say that in the air once.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Why are you trying to steal Nick's thunder?
Yeah, why,
sorry.
He was
I
so
knew about
happy
the
and proud of
Come on,
that.
Sam. No, you just told
when
Sam.
I thought Nick couldn't get any worse. He goes and says that and totally redeems himself.
I
No,
knew
you
about
did, no, you just
Thank
did,
you,
Sam.
Nick.
Sam did the equivalent of when you send someone a meme or video, and they're like, "I've already seen this."
seen this.
Like, just go along. And
I
say,
love the Merry Christmas
Let him have
observation.
this moment.
Thank you, Nick,
come
and
on.
thank you for everybody. I believe they listen on 99.9 out there in Idaho. Always have a great time out there. Thank you, buddy.
Nick, if you're still listening, I'm going to come and buy a custom Jared Zabransky card, former quarterback of the Boise State Broncos.
Dutch Bros on Sam next time he sees you.
On 3
All
and 3.
right. Now, we have lots of other stuff to get to. We're going to talk about forcing things if we have time, but first, an update from the champion, Isaac Lowenkron.
Oh, hey, champ.
Shout out to you guys and shout out to Fox Sports Boise 99.9. With the following headlines, the Cleveland Browns have named Joe Flacco their starting quarterback. Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford practiced today for the first time since the start of training camp as he recovers from a back injury. Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love returned to practice today, 6 days after undergoing surgery on his left thumb, which is on his non-throwing hand. NFL media reported that the Miami Dolphins are signing veteran pass rusher Matthew Judon to a one-year deal. They also reported Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson will not play in tonight's preseason game against the Bengals by mutual decision, raising the possibility of him being traded or released. Now, finally, here's what I was frantically researching.
Can I guess?
Moments ago. Yeah, go ahead.
Did Cam Ward call you as his third friend? His parents, his dog, and Isaac. No?
Might be even more juicy than that.
Okay, what
Have
you
you
got?
got? Has anybody around here ever heard of someone named Madison Beer?
Yeah, of course. She's hot.
Okay. Well, the London Daily Mail a short time ago.
She's like super hot. She was at Zootopia. I'm sorry, Jingle Ball, the iHeart Big Festival. She's like a very attractive young artist.
Having seen what I'm about to tell you, I would confirm that wholeheartedly. The London Daily Mail published pictures of Beer yesterday in Los Angeles on the set of her new music video. Among the pictures, one was captioned by the London Daily Mail, quote, "Beer was all smiles as she chatted away with a male companion on the set of the music video." People on social media who looked at the pictures realized that the male companion was none other than Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. Sparking rumors and speculation that they might be dating. Social media sleuths even going to the extreme to find that Beer follows the wife of Chargers place kicker Cameron Dicker on Instagram, which they claim is evidence of a potential love connection between Beer and Herbert. Of course, no official confirmation that they are seeing each other as of yet. Back to you guys.
Look at that. Spot just showed the pictures on the Fox Sports Radio YouTube feed, so that's another reason to be watching. And by the way, if whatever the over-under was, my guess when you said quarterback on the West Coast, I was like Jimmy Garoppolo. Had to be. I thought like Garoppolo would be doing it. No,
Well, Herbert's been linked to some other hotties too,
Yeah,
so
good for him.
Good for him.
All right, hey, more Covino and Rich. We'll get into a little NFL before we get out of here today. So hang tight. More Fox Sports Radio next.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there, and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. I take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct. 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it. Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game.
Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
I
you.
love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Joe. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape.
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
All right, welcome back to the show. Keep this playing, Sam. This is my jam, some Godsmack. Realign like Rob Manfred. Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. Tire Rack, the way tire buying should be.
Is there another one? Or are you just pointing to me?
And is it time for a new job? Then it's time for Rich to pay attention. I mean, Express Employment Professionals. Quit the endless online job search and list the pros. And Express never charges job seekers a fee. Go to expresspros.com now.
Sorry, buddy. I was just looking up something about quarterbacks that I think you might find interesting.
I'm only teasing, bro. I don't care. We all know you don't pay attention.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think what I want to do later this week, Danny, you know how everyone else on God's green earth is like, let's do predictions of who's going to win the Super Bowl and who's going to be MVP. We'll do that like everyone else on the little chart
we
here.
do that the week, of the first game.
We'll do that like everyone else just to put it down on the Fox Sports Radio chart in the studio. But I feel like I'm going to go home tonight, do a little homework. I want to make a list of like odd predictions and see if we agree on them or not. Like I'm looking at the Miami Dolphins quarterback situation. For instance, do you think Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers will both take snaps this year, or do you think Tua stays healthy? Like, I want to dive into some more like random predictions. Like, I think there's a lot of people saying good things about Ewers out of camp and saying like, yo, if Tua goes down, maybe they go in a different direction. If Tua can't stay healthy, they have some options there. So, and who knows? Is Mike McDaniel the first guy on the hot seat if the Dolphins don't do well? So there's a lot of random. I think I want to get into the more random predictions.
Rob Parker's hot seat, or
yeah.
Anyway, let's do that tomorrow. Running out of time. I didn't know if we should talk about Asia Wilson's wild quote. Maybe we could talk about that tomorrow. But I'll give you the quote. When they talked about letting the game come to her or not, she says it's like forcing a fart. All you get is S. Again, you can't force. That was Asia Wilson's wild quote about forcing her game on the court. It's like forcing a fart. All you get is S. And before we go, there's another viral story, Rich.
What do they always say? I was taught never trust a big butt and a smile.
Never trust a fart.
And I've never trust a fart. And never trust when something's free.
And I was always told never trust Rich Davis around your girlfriend. I don't know if that's... yeah, I was told that when I met him.
That's a good one.
There was something called the McWiener that went viral. And I just wanted to bring that up. Like, what's your coolest discovery? Like, remember we had a Cheeto shaped like a crucifix? Like the
we called it Jesus?
We called it Jesus. Someone discovered what they're calling the McWiener. And you know how you dared Lowenkron earlier today? I dare you to eat the McWiener, Rich. Someone found this in their McDonald's
my goodness.
The comments are so funny.
Yeah,
like, as they say, I'm here for the comments, which we can't read most of them on Fox Sports Radio, but we'll post the link on our Instagram story at Covino and Rich.
You ever
what is it made out of?
It looks like a big chicken tender, but it looks like someone honestly
so
accidentally. It looks like someone accidentally deep fried junk. It looks like someone. Oh, you know what they throw in the WNBA courts? Looks like someone deep fried one, Sam.
It's deep fried. So we've all seen the toast that looks like Jesus or the Virgin Mary, in the toast. The McWiener is the latest rage, and it'll end up on eBay soon.
Perfect. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.